How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Battlefield 4 at E3 2013. I am Alex Mendez, joined by Corey Dunn. And of course, guys, as we always talk about this event and the multiplayer and how crazy it is, we have to keep in mind that there's a lot of stations back here and a lot of bodies that need to get on those stations and play some Battlefield. So with that said, it's going to take a little while to get things.
Not a lot of while.
Which yeah, totally. Not a lot of while. No, but seriously, the DICE crew here, they have been so fantastic. You can actually see people are loading in right now, and of course, talking to the DICE people and I guess, learning about it.
So the way this works here, for those of you that are here at the E3 area, I mean, one of the things that you might see is there's a briefing station. So first there's a queue, which the queue is only there for those that are going to be coming by the station later on. I mean, it's already been designated. They have a battle pass that allows them to continue to walk around, and then they have a designated time to be back. So then they kind of wait in queue to be briefed. And then right behind this, behind all the gaming stations, is a briefing room that allows them to be completely informed. So you see a little bit more of an educated gameplay. So they're not just trying to hop in, figure out what their key bindings are supposed to be. They just go directly into the gameplay, and they just have a ball. I mean, of course, you saw a lot of different types of images that were out there that were taken from this exact area.
Yeah.
And so taking the time, you don't have to worry about them trying to figure out any of the key bindings, figure out how to actually use any of the vehicles. And so with that being said, we're just going through a little briefing station real quick, and they'll be out here shortly, and we'll get everything kicked off.
Yeah, and also the other cool thing, too, is a lot of people have been wanting to play the Commander mode. That has been a big point of interest for a lot of attendees here. They look at it and they're like, oh, this is actually kind of dope. I want to give it a try. So they get on the station, and there's always a DICE employee there to kind of just direct them, tell them what to do. So they are, being, I guess, helpful to the overall battle. But the other cool part is just the fact that they're dabbling with this new feature in Battlefield 4. While it's not new to the Battlefield community, to a lot of people like myself who did not play, Battlefield 2 and stuff like that, I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, this is like so freaking awesome.
Well, it's kind of been a great experience so far. I especially look forward to having the chance to play it myself going into whenever the Battlefield 4 release is. If you haven't done it yet, make sure that you go ahead and head over to Amazon.com and pre-order your Battlefield 4 copy right now. Of course, without Amazon and the rest of the sponsors that are out there, none of this would actually be possible. It's going to make these things happen. I mean, what DICE and Battlefield, what the crew has done here, it's been some great things.
Yeah, it really has been. I'm very just ecstatic by the response from everyone, and also to us as well. Battlefield community was actually pretty awesome when it came to you and I.
Thank you.
Much love to our Battlefield_4. That is the Reddit that I've been hitting up a lot there, and it's been pretty great. Also, if you haven't had a chance to follow Battlefield on Twitter, please do so at Battlefield, and you can go to Facebook /Battlefield, Facebook.com/Battlefield. And check all that stuff out, because they're always, one thing I really like about this and the time that we've spent working with EA and DICE is how social and engaged they are. Guys, this isn't just market speak here. This is like true to form. Like I'm not one of those people that just want to sell something to you. They're really, really cool people that are just so into what they're putting out there. They truly want to make the greatest game possible.
I actually think it's one of the first pages on Facebook that I've actually liked, that I've just delivering content to me all the time. And that's one of the things that I actually utilize. There's some of the different types of information. Those 3 video clips that you saw with the land, air, and sea that came out, those 4-second clips, I wouldn't have seen that without the Facebook page.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and also, YouTube as well. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there that make great Battlefield content. For one, I've been good friends with the guys in Pixel Enemy for quite some time now. They kind of got me in the swing of things with Battlefield. So I was really into that. Daskro as well, who we had here yesterday, talking a little bit about it. I think Level Cap is in the house, and he's going to come through and talk. I love watching Level Cap's videos. He is a really, really good Battlefield PC player. So there's a great community behind what is going on here. A lot of awesome moving parts that make this this experience a possibility. And so again, we just want to thank you guys for welcoming us into your community. Now we are waiting for the players to kind of fold in.
You can see right behind us that they were still trying to fill in behind us.
They're getting briefed.
The door the doors are open at this point, so they will be filling in here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and kind of take a moment here and talk about some of the different things that we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
One of which, of course, would be the fact that we had the pillars that we talked about with the skyscraper. A lot of the main things that we saw during the EA press conference, some of the tank play, the fact that you could sprint swim, that was a big plus.
Sprint swim.
The ability, the fact that you can actually dive underwater and sit there and you could work along, underneath the water, and you also sprint swim under the water.
Yeah.
So those are different aspects that were involved there. Also, the fact whenever you eject from an amphibious vehicle, you'll hop onto a jet ski and be able to bounce out so you can get away quickly. There's a lot of big pluses that were involved there. I mean, basically what they've done with the amphibious vehicles now, it's like a tank on water.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things that that DICE has done is kept the speed going. You know what I mean? That certainly has been pretty cool. They kept the pace of action flowing. So like you said, with the jet ski, when you board out of the amphibious vehicle, you then are able to go into a jet ski, and that keeps things moving. You're not just swimming. And then the other cool thing that I like is now that you can actually shoot your pistol in the water.
Yeah, that's
as
so
well.
cool.
You had made a joke about it. You're like, it's the first to the ladder or something.
Yeah, so it's like it's as if in all the other variations of Battlefield, whenever you're sitting there stuck in the water and someone else is also in the water, your opponent's right there with you. You're basically sitting ducks, kind of looking at it, go, where's the ladder? There it is. Let's go. And it's like an all-out race to try to be able to get to the ladder. But in this case, luckily enough, you just pull out your secondary, and we're just going to see a bunch of people just trying to shoot at each other, floating up and down in the water.
In all honesty, I probably would have done that if I was in the water and the guy, was going to go after me.
There's also some really cool stuff that we can kind of talk about too. The fact is, so say for instance, your recon and you have the C4, you can actually swim up to a boat, and you can stick it right there on the side of the boat, and then actually use it just as you would onto a tank.
That's awesome. So now there's like no real reason for you not to be able to stop a tank if you're just or a boat if you're just one person. You can go in,
dive in, and just slap it.
And there we go. So you can see the players are now going to be folding into the red side is the CN side, the Chinese Bravo squad. That is that area there. The blue is on the other side. That is the Alpha US players, and everyone's getting ready to go. They're briefed. They have their Astro A40s right around their ears. They're making their choice between whether they want to use the Razer keyboard and mouse or the Xbox One controller. You can see
it's really been 50-50.
Yeah, it has been. For me, it's no question for me. I pick up the Xbox controller.
It's no question for me. I definitely pick up a mouse.
He goes for the controller.
Wow. No. PC Elitas.
Yeah, I know. This guy's like all master race and stuff. It's like so weird. It's an awkward conversation we have. It's okay though. No, but one thing
just digging me a hole and throwing me in.
You're so elitist. No, well, one of my favorite things is that they are. One thing that I'm very excited about, I should say, because I have a lot of favorites, is that the option to use an Xbox controller and a keyboard and mouse is great because I know that there are a lot of people out there that are just not good with a keyboard and mouse. I am one of those people. I know how to play. I'm not the greatest with it. Just to be here at E3 and say, I'm going to go ahead and use this Xbox controller. It works out well. Shooting-wise, I'm probably going to get beat by a dude with a keyboard and mouse. But when I'm using my tank or when I'm flying a chopper or driving a vehicle, I really do like to use a controller a lot more than a keyboard and mouse.
There's different things that they're advantageous whenever you're using a controller for any of these types of vehicles that are out there. I mean, especially whenever you're cruising around in a Jeep and all that works out for you. So right now, it looks like they've started to fill in. Game looks like it's live and ready to go now. So whenever we're ready, we can hop directly into the game and start talking about exactly what's happening. There is one other thing that I would like to bring up too as we hop directly into the game here. Again, just watching some exhibition matches. Make sure that you post on any of the social fear, I'm going to call it from here on out.
Social fear. I mean, that's a good one. I like it.
And so that way we can sit there and kind of get updated on any questions that you have. It's nice little back to come around towards the backside here from the Alpha 17. Picked up one, but he does get dropped quickly after.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, when it switches right away, when it has that quick switch, that means that the player was taken out. So that is what the spectator mode is telling you. There's no death cam. There's no you know, death animation at this point, but because it's still very early in this time. The spectator mode, you know, you had Daniel Petros, I believe his name was, up here the other day, and he was talking about it, and you know, they're very ambitious with it. They know that there's a lot of cool things that they can do with this, and they certainly are looking at all options.
It wasn't there in time to be able to help out his teammates.
Should have probably gotten out of the tank. This may not be working out too well in his favor. Yeah. All right, so look at this. See, just as we were talking about before with that shooting. Oh, that's just mean. He got him with the pistol. See? Look at that.
So you saw some of the water dynamics as well. I mean, so one of the cool things too, so whenever the skyscraper falls, it creates some massive waves in the water, and all of the boats and everything are actually impacted by it as well. So you see them kind of bob up and down. As we take a look, you kind of get the aerial view, utilizing the free cam from the spectator mode here over Metro.
Yeah, and you can see at the top of the screen there's different camera slots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what that is basically is you can position those free cams wherever you want. So that this way, if you want to get these awesome cinematic shots, like for example, the skyscraper is falling, get that shot in. You know, you want to get another shot of the tank going through the streets, you can get that shot in as well. So there's a lot, and actually, just as we said, that skyscraper's coming down.
He was wondering why the elevator button wasn't working, but I heard in the distance the alarm going off. I was like, you probably should get out of there.
Yeah, he's like, I want to go upstairs. Why is it tilted? Oh, this is so weird. Oh, man. So, yeah, so we have a recon here with that Scout Elite class. Looking at the leaderboard, Alpha 32 is going to be the one up top here. And if we actually go into first-person mode, we can see the squad that he's rolling with and kind of stick with the squad through these next couple of kills here and see what they do. A pretty even spread with them as well. They have 2 assaults, 1 recon, and another support. So I like that very much, you know, even spread. Ooh.
They even have the commander that's in their squad there. And as you take a look, he is going to get taken down. Back over here with Alpha 26 here inside of the tank here, strolling around. Of course, that's the Type 99.
And his teammates ended up getting picked off there, his squad members, so that's unfortunate. But you know what, though? He can really cause some damage here if he's smart with his movements. You know, and if we actually take a look at the tabletop perspective, and see where the flow of action is. So
look at all of them just flooding the sea. Let's get a free cam view of where C is. So we can probably look at, yeah, they're just flooding in right now. We're about to see a massive battle happening right there on top of C. So as again, you can just see how they're all just flooding the gates. We've got a heli that's flying by too. There's a tank over there in the action. As we hear, hop on board. Here's where all of this massacre is happening right now. All going to be fighting over the C flag.
Yeah,
it's a great all-out war right here.
And the Bravo team has full control of this one, but Alpha pushing their way through. So it's pretty good. Look for that one Bravo player to be a thorn in the side of Alpha.
Oh, look out, he's trying, oh, just wrapping around the pole. He's going to spot him finally.
Nice.
Will he be able to take him down? I haven't seen it yet. Is he still struggling to be able to take him out? Is he spraying away? And finally, he figures out that you have to put bullets in his back to finish him off.
Yeah, but that attack was going to be thwarted there by the Bravo team as they hold down the C position. And you can see, too, that the scenery has changed
the
because
dynamic of the game.
Exactly, because of the fact that that skyscraper fell. It is now duskier. There's a lot of crowded, you know, visual for helicopters, I should say. This guy who's piloting this helicopter, he's going to have a difficult time.
Let's go to the tabletop and look at the helicopter view here.
I want to follow Helicopter Man here, man. He is.
So he's blue right there at the top right. We got an infantry guy. Oh, let's try again.
And then you can actually see Tomahawk missiles coming
out
through
in the water right now. There we go. So now we're back on board here. You can kind of take a look here. So we're here with Alpha 27, who you can see that they're having a fun time now. Yeah, that kind of looks like me flying the helicopter right now. Spots one. The gunner's trying to help him out, spraying away. So they were able to pick up at least one of them.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. I don't think you're supposed to tilt that much as he's trying to adjust here.
I wonder if the 2 guys that are in there, they're just like, come on, keep it steady. Oh, man.
The gunner in there is going,
There we go. Okay, lined up.
Sick.
There we go. Missiles coming down, but not able to connect with anything there. Can't take anyone out on that, but you can see the visibility is going to be slightly different.
I'm pretty impressed. When he's flying out in the open, he's having a tough time.
Yeah, it's when he's in between all of the buildings that he's a great pilot, but then when he's out in the middle of the sea, he's like, I'm just gonna flip this copter upside down. That makes sense.
Yeah, so we're having a fun time here watching some of the helis here.
There we go.
There's some nice little shots that are being popped there. Gunner's really not helping out too much.
Yeah, and they are managing to stay alive, the Bravo squad. So,
we can switch around now.
Is that a missile? Oh, I saw a missile zoom on by. All right, well, let's see what's up at the tabletop. Once again, this perspective gives us a good idea. Tomahawks are coming down near C, as the Alpha Squad is going to be able to maintain control of C now. They get control of B as well as C, which gives them a gunship, the AC-130 gunship, which actually we see it right now in the sky. You can see the AC-130 right in there. You go, right there. Bravo 11, as a matter of fact, and again, because of the fact that that skyscraper fell down, visibility is very, very poor right now.
That's difficult to see. You can look over there towards that picture-in-picture. One of the other things to note, I mean, probably what you're questioning, well, if I'm in the gunship, can I parachute out? Yes, you can.
You can, so you can get out of the gunship.
You can, while you're in the gunship, if you're saying, okay, I've had enough fun, I'm just going to parachute down. So right now, it could parachute over that E point. As still watching in the picture-in-picture over there, you can see that the heli's working over there, but now back over towards that D flag over there towards the arcade.
There's one thing I like seeing, it's tank action. As Alpha 29, he has 16 kills, no deaths. This guy is tearing it apart with his M1 Abrams. What a player here. We should have been following this chap the entire time. He's getting a bunch of kills. His teammates are going to be there for the support. Pressure coming from the right side. You can see that the spray from that turret is going to be able to easily take care of Bravo 1 and the Alpha Squad getting control of D. So that is going to give them, if I'm correct, B, C, and D, which they pretty much have all the commander features. If their commander's paying attention, they can very well create a lot of problems for Bravo Squad.
Yeah, so they've got A through D at this point.
A through D.
And they're working on E right now.
Oh, man, the pressure.
Yeah, he's just going to try to be able to work his way around towards this outside area. He's going to spawn 2 here in just a moment, but there's a lot more to worry about than just those 2. He doesn't need to get himself caught into a situation where he can't navigate through quickly, as he's just spraying away now. He's picked up 19 kills all on his own right now, still spraying here.
Look
He's
at
picked up
this.
another one, sitting at 20 kills at this point. The infantry has actually come from the other side to be able to help him out, just kind of dominating over here towards the E flag. And this game is just all U.S. right here, as they're starting to spawn over there towards the Chinese main spawn area. And yeah, they're trying to figure out whatever they can do to try to pick back up this point right now.
Yeah, now, and also a lot of you guys are wondering, yeah, but you know, again, we're in spectator mode, so we see everything, right? So the fact that he is doing this well with his limited visibility is actually quite impressive. He is just picking off players left and right. He's able to take care of them with ease. He does find a player to his left, deciding I'm not going to go for that. He's going to have to run away because he is getting hit by a tank, I believe. That was going to be, yeah, there is an enemy tank on that street. And man, as you can see, we were just like totally ingrained within it. It was definitely really cool to watch. I love watching tank gameplay. There you can actually see we're hopping back right in. The tank fight is going to be going down right now. Oh no, 2 tanks here. Alpha 29 has to get away. He's not going to have a lot of health left. He only has 4, and I don't know if he can do it. Oh man.
22-1. He goes for a 22 kill streak right there.
You got to be proud of yourself.
He's feeling pretty good right now. As you take a look, you can see they're going to start to work over here.
Free cam.
Back. B over there. I apologize. That's over towards D.
Yeah, and they have been able to get the control back again, the Bravo squad here. And, you know, good use of tanks. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're using your armor at all times effectively. And they, you know, the Alpha squad certainly was taking advantage of it. They did have numbers, but they just didn't have enough support. That one tank couldn't do it all. And now, just as we're saying that about Alpha 29, the Bravo squad, they're going to be making their way across bridge as we make our way across the map to the other side here and see what is going down with these 2 teams.
Let's find some infantry players here as
slow motion. All right, well, yeah, let's actually see what's up in the tabletop and then hop on board with some first-person action, first-person true action. You can see the picture-in-picture there, some gunplay, and also
see this lone gunman that's right there by himself over there towards B, in between B and A. There's
one
a
Bravo
Chinese
guy.
Player that's just hanging out by himself on the far left side.
Man, that Tomahawk is going to go down right by E. That is certainly not going to be very good there, and it is not going to hit anyone at the very least, so they're able to avoid that one. But yeah, I can't believe there's 2 players there. Actually, is another one. Let's actually see if we can get to that action by in between B and A, where there's a player, there's a lone Bravo player there. Alpha 21 is going to get into this gunfight here. He's right around the corner. Yeah, and he's going to go for the chase, and he might be able to take him out.
So if you one of the things right there, you can see that he's just kind of unleashing. He's only got 16 and is able to switch back over to another weapon. And for those of you that are able to play the math game and you've already realized in your bottom left hand